So why did Richard Nixon resign from office? Richard Nixon resigned from office on August 8, 1974, becoming the first and only U.S. president to do so. His resignation was primarily driven by the Watergate Scandal, a political crisis that revealed widespread corruption and abuses of power within his administration. Here's a detailed explanation of the events and reasons leading to his resignation. The Watergate break-in. In June 1972, 5 men were arrested for breaking into the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate office complex in Washington, D.C. They were caught attempting to wiretap phones and steal documents. Although initially dismissed as a minor burglary, investigations revealed that the burglars were connected to the Committee to Re-elect the President, CREEP, Nixon's campaign organization. Cover up an investigation. Rather than distancing himself, Nixon and his administration sought to cover up their involvement. They used hush money to silence the burglars and attempted to obstruct investigations by influencing the FBI, CIA, and Justice Department. These actions began to unravel when investigative journalists, particularly Bob Woodward and Carl Bernstein of the Washington Post, started publishing evidence linking the break-in to the White House. In 1973, the Senate Watergate Committee, chaired by Senator Sam Ervin, launched a formal investigation. Testimonies from White House aides revealed the existence of a secret taping system in the Oval Office, which Nixon had used to record conversations. These tapes became critical evidence. The Saturday Night Massacre, Nixon's efforts to shield himself further, eroded public trust. In October 1973, during what became known as the Saturday Night Massacre, Nixon ordered Attorney General Elliot Richardson to fire Archibald Cox, the special prosecutor investigating Watergate. Richardson and his deputy, William Ruckelshaus, both refused and resigned. The Solicitor General eventually carried out the firing, but this act sparked widespread outrage and calls for Nixon's impeachment. The smoking gun. The battle over the tapes intensified, and in July 1974, the Supreme Court ruled unanimously in United States v. Nixon that the president must release the recordings. One tape, known as the smoking gun, revealed that Nixon had approved plans to use the CIA to obstruct the FBI's investigation into Watergate. This directly implicated him in the cover-up. Loss of political support. The release of the tapes destroyed Nixon's remaining support. Members of his own party, including influential Republican leaders like Senator Barry Goldwater, informed Nixon that he would almost certainly be impeached and removed from office if he did not resign. The House Judiciary Committee had already passed articles of impeachment, charging him with obstruction of justice, abuse of power, and contempt of Congress. Resignation faced with inevitable removal and the collapse of his presidency, Nixon announced his resignation on August 8, 1974, effective the following day. In his televised resignation speech, he stated, "I have never been a quitter, but as president, I must put the interests of America first." Aftermath. Vice President Gerald Ford was sworn in as president and later granted Nixon a full pardon for any crimes he may have committed while in office. This pardon was controversial, but intended to help the nation heal and move forward. Nixon's resignation marked a turning point in U.S. history, highlighting the power of checks and balances, the role of the free press, and the importance of accountability in government. Watergate remains a symbol of political scandal and a cautionary tale about the abuse of power.